It took me 2 whole months to flip this gaming PC, but I finally did it. So I originally began building this Optiplex gaming PC in the start of July, and I listed it for the first time about 2 weeks after that. The PC itself cost just shy of €300 to build with a GTX 1650 Super and an i7 6700. I listed the PC on a couple of different sites, and then it was just about waiting it out. Originally the ad was pretty bare bones, just the specs, photos, with a basic description. I didn't get a ton of messages straight away, so I decided to put a bit more effort into it, and I benchmarked some of the popular games that I already had, and I also improved the photos. At the time it was listed at €500, which I know is a lot for this build, but I was trying my luck. At that point in time, the highest offer I had gotten was only €325, so a bit of profit could have been made, but I was hoping to get at least 100. Having the price so high was definitely a deterrent, and I've learned that now, and I'll talk a bit more about that later. Over the next while, I made small changes to the description and photos while slowly lowering the price. A couple of weeks in, I decided to experiment by boosting it on Facebook with €5. That did absolutely nothing. The offers maxed in the mid 300s, but I was still waiting for more. I did also relist the ad, and that definitely did help a bit. One day I got a message from a guy complimenting the build, and he told me he also flipped Optiplexes, which was honestly a pretty cool interaction. I had to ask him though what I should be selling my PC for, and he said $350, so I was honestly so close to just selling it to the last guy who offered me that. But almost randomly, another guy messaged me too, showing a bit of interest. He asked a couple of questions, and I tried to answer them as thoroughly and honestly as I could, like if it could run Windows 11 or how certain games would run. At the time I had it listed for $400, and that's how much he offered. I was a bit skeptical as well because the last time someone wanted to pick it up, I got ghosted. It turns out he was actually coming, so I set it up in my living room with the RGB and Heaven benchmark running. Then I sold it. I honestly was so happy and surprised I succeeded in making the sale. My brain stopped functioning when he handed me the money, and I just stood there unable to count it for like a solid minute. I think because I answered all his questions sincerely, he actually ended up trusting me, and that's why he bought the PC. The most important thing was that I actually set the price right. I knew at the start of 500 was definitely a bit of a stretch, and I originally did predict it to sell for between 400 and 450. And it just goes to show that a lot of people are actually willing to pay the asking price without haggling. So that definitely was a major factor in how long it took me to sell the PC. I also did change the description and images a ton of times, and what I realized was that it doesn't really matter as long as you have the basics right. For the images, it's important to have the best cover photo in your area. It's why people will actually click on your ad. A bit of zoom and nice RGB go a long way. Also a nice variety of other shots as well. People do like to see the rear IO and also get some professional looking close-ups. It goes without saying though that the room should be well lit, and do not upload any blurry photos. For the description, have a nice intro sentence saying who it's for and the general condition, followed by the specs, benchmarks, and any other notes. If you do build custom PCs, you can mention that too, but I haven't had any luck trying that myself. The exact wording isn't too important, but try not to sound too formal or professional, as I feel this gives us a kind of an odd, scammy vibe. Just keep it casual and be honest. If you are interested in the actual building process of this gaming PC, make sure to go watch the video on my channel about me building it. Anyways though, thanks for watching. Subscribe.